Is this what dreams are made of? Hi, welcome, I'm Hannah, and in this video I'm going to be showing you a couple different looks with the Give Me Glow Pastel Dreams palette. Oh, I should have opened this before I got in this angle. There we go. Now I guess I'll warn you that this isn't really like tutorial style because I went into these looks without a plan. At least this is the second one I've filmed so far, so maybe the next two I'll come up with more of a plan before I'm in it, but I think it's kind of fun. It's kind of like I'm kind of showing you my reactions as I'm trying to like work with this in real time, so that's fun. And I'm actually going to film the outro after I finish filming all the looks for this, so at that time I'm gonna give you kind of like a little review after using this palette a couple times. So hopefully between the looks and the thoughts, and I also have that previous video where I swatched them all in my eyes, I can give you kind of a good idea about whether or not this palette will work for you. And most importantly, I'll be answering your burning question: is this what dreams are made of? So yeah, if you want to see this number of looks and my thoughts on the palette, then stay tuned. So I don't know what order I'm going to be editing these into, but this is the first one I'm filming and the first time I'm actually like using this to make a look other than the eye swatching video. So I'm a little unsure how this one's gonna come out. It's an interesting palette because like the saturation is also similar for these. And all I know is I want to do something with like the minty shades to tie in my shirt, but I don't want to just do the minty because I kind of already did that in the eye swatching. I'm gonna see if I can get Twinkle Twinkle to be like a little bit of transition. I don't even really need a transition for this, but we're just having fun. It actually worked better than I thought it would. Alright, now that that went down pretty well, I kind of want to like utilize that as a transition a little bit more. And I was going to do something more blocky, but I might try to do something more blendy. I'm going to go into Pink Rain, that's the pink matte. And then I'm going to take the purple. I'm kind of like changing my plan every second here. I'm going to take the purple La La Land and use that in my outer V. So on my lid, I'm going to take the Minty Shimmer Too High for this. This one I know is a little bit more crumbly, so I'm just going to go right into my finger and hope for the best. You know what? I'm going to take a little bit of the Mint Matte, Magic Mint, first, and then place that down as a base for the shimmer. Maybe that'll make it a little bit more bold. Now we're talking. Sorry, I have a band-aid on my finger because my nail broke and it's like broken so low that anything I touch just hurts. So, sorry about band-aid. Not the neatest application, but that's okay. I might clean up the crease a little bit more after this. I feel like it looks cute with also just the matte, because the matte is like a bolder look. And then I'm going to clean up the crease a little bit with a little bit more of the pink, and the outer V with a little bit more of the purple, because I feel like I did muddle it a little bit. I was actually kind of surprised that this was going as well as it was going, but I do have some kind of like weird patchiness going on here now. You know, for the most part, I'm just gonna let these things go. My makeup doesn't have to be perfect, but that is kind of something to note about these blending. Oh, it's going on there too. I can't even tell if it's like from it blending away or just from it layering weird. I don't know. I feel like the pink on this eye came out a lot more bold. Okay, so I'm gonna do my base and be right back. Okay, we're back. I do think this is like a good look as like a very simple pastel, that it definitely like follows a traditional formula. It's just with bright colors. So I do want my lower lash line to be predominantly mint, but I'm going to use a little bit of that purple La La Land, the matte purple, on my outer to kind of tie in that outer V with my lower lash line. Okay, and then I'm going to take Magic Mint on the rest of my lower lash line. very cute. I feel like a little like pastel unicorn. For my inner corners, I'm going to take the pink shimmer Daydream. And this is the finished look. I like that this one like stayed within a theme. Like I like that I did the mitt as a shimmer on the lid and as a matte on the lower lash line. I feel like I kind of made it into more of like a normal palette by using the peach and the pink as kind of like transition colors in like a traditional sense. Yeah, I don't know. And I also feel like it could be swapped out with a lot of different colors for this look. So yeah, that's the look. Stay tuned for the next one. So for this look, I want to try to do something really shimmery, most of all. Maybe I'll start with the matte in the crease just to kind of lay down a little bit of a foundation. I would normally just go in shimmers in the crease, but I'm nervous that none of these have enough pigment. I'm kind of nervous that this is just going to turn into like a big speck of glitter on my eye. Okay, so I'm going to take the blue matte Queen of the Clouds and just lightly try to use that in my crease. It also like matches my sweatshirt, so I kind of had to do it. I wish I remembered from my swatch video which ones are the most pigmented, but maybe I'll just use all of them. There's no rules. So I'm gonna start with Peach for the Stars, the peach shimmer. Turn down the brightness a little bit. Next I'm gonna go into Lavender Sky. You could probably guess which color that's gonna be. And I'm gonna take Rise and Shine, which is the yellow. I think I remember this one being quite bold. Yeah, I feel like this has like the most pigment of all of them. It was kind of weird having a yellow on my outer. Maybe I should have come up with like a more concrete plan, but I am kind of struggling using only this palette since all the colors are so similar to each other and light. I'm going to use Peekaboo, which is the shimmer blue, and kind of put that over the crease, at least on the outside. I like that. And then perhaps on the inner crease, I'll go in with Too High for this, which is the mint shimmer. I can't tell if this is a look. I like the blue crease, but does it look like I have nothing on my lid? Maybe I'll try to just kind of do the Lavender Sky with my finger. Maybe just forget about the peach one for now. Maybe I'll even go over the yellow a little bit. I feel like the yellow is throwing me off. It kind of just doesn't match with the color story. I feel like I'm supposed to be like more sure of myself in this type of video and just be like, first you do this and then you do this, but like I'm just trying to end up with an end result that I like. That's like the only goal. I am going to try to go over in the middle with the Peach for the Stars with my fingers, kind of like a halo effect. Okay, I think that added a little more dimension. Alright, yeah, I'm on board with this for now. I'm going to clean this up, put on my base, and I'll be right back. Okay, I did go ahead and use a little bit of the Balm Mary Luminizer in my inner corner, just because I'm not sure if any of the cool tone shades are light enough. I used the pink last time, but I wanted to keep this as kind of like a cool toned look since I covered up that yellow. And looking at it with like a little bit more of a base on, I feel like I look kind of less crazy, even though it is like super shimmery. I'm gonna take Queen of the Clouds and go over my lower lash line with that.
What we do here is go back.
And then I'm gonna top that with Lavender Sky, the lavender shimmer. I can't even tell. Alright, I'm gonna try to save this. So I used my House Labs liner in Priscilla on my waterline, but then I just like threw a little bit in my crease. It looks a little sloppy, but then I also kind of feel like from a distance, it just makes the crease look more blue. So I don't know, I think it came together. I think most things come together when you have like a, you know, your mascara on and a lip on. So yeah, this is the look. I don't hate it, but it's like not my favorite. But like if I did this and then I had stuff to do, I would go out my house wearing this. But maybe if you saw like the clothes I wear sometimes, like that wouldn't mean that much. Yeah, this is the look. So for this look, I'm not starting with primer on, but I want to start with a bit of a base. I have this from About Face, this Fluid Eye Paint Matte in white. So I think I'm going to use this as a base and then try to go over that. Maybe that'll kind of make some of these colors pop a little bit more. This is kind of cool on its own. Okay, so for the inner portion, I want to try out Twinkle Twinkle, the peach matte. In my eye swatches video, I kind of had like a little bit of trouble with this one and it was very light. So that's why I'm hoping it'll come up more on this white base. It definitely does. Yeah, this white base makes all the difference for this. I was nervous it was going to be such kind of like a light white base shadow that even with the white base it wouldn't come up that well, but no, it's great. And then for the outer half, I want to use Rise and Shine, the yellow matte, or the yellow shimmer. Cool. All right, I'm going to pop on my base and we'll come back for the lower lash line. Okay, we're in business. I think for my inner corner and then to drag onto the lower lash line, I'm gonna go for Peach for the Stars, just the peach shimmer. Size being a little bit watery. Hopefully it cooperates. And then for the rest of the lower lash line, I'm gonna go into It's So Fluffy, which is the yellow matte. Yeah, it kind of blows my mind that the yellows are like the most pigmented shadows in this palette. That needs some cleanup. All right, I'm gonna try to fix this face. I'll be right back. I thought this was gonna be the look that that this palette was going to start like clicking for me, and it was gonna be like, oh, white base, perfect, problem solved. And I mean, it did help a little bit, but I'm still like frustrated. I'm frustrated that like a little bit of water in my eye, and look at that ring. It's like a neon orange ring. And then I'm frustrated with my lower lash line because I like a little bit kind of more of like a contour on the lower lash line, not necessarily brown, but just something to add like a little depth or definition. And this palette just doesn't have anything. And then I just feel like it doesn't flatter my face as much. So I don't know, I'm kind of just getting like increasingly frustrated with this palette. I feel like at this point, if this palette was like a trial week, where at the end of the week I could like buy it or send it back, I'd be like, here, like, thank you, get this off my hands. So, I don't know. I really wanted to like this. We're gonna do another one tomorrow and see how that goes. My eyes are a little bit stained from using the Menagerie Annette's Makeup Corner Serenity palette yesterday. Hopefully we can get one of these pastels to cover it up. We'll see. So one of my favorite things to do when a palette has multiple shadows that are like the same depth is do some kind of like two-eye different look thing, and I haven't done that yet with this other than like my eye swatches. So yeah, I think that's where I want to go with this today. I'm gonna try to use Pink Rain lightly in the crease and see what happens. On the outer edge, I'm going to go in with Magic Mint, and then maybe these will just be my couple things that are consistent. And then I think this is gonna be my purple shimmer eye and this is gonna be my blue shimmer eye. So perhaps I'm going to go lightly in the crease with the coordinating color of what shimmer I'm going to be putting on. So I'm gonna do a little bit of La La Land on this eye. And a little bit of Queen of the Clouds on this eye. So I don't usually use glitter primer. Like I have it, and usually I only use it if I'm actually putting like a loose glitter on my eyes, but I know a lot of people do use it, and I want to really give this palette a fair chance. So I'm gonna use glitter primer now for the lid to see how the shimmers stick to it. Okay, so for my blue eye, I'm going to go in with the blue shimmer, Peekaboo. And it does go on really nicely now that I have the glitter primer down. I was having this issue in my swatch video where every time I went with the brush it was really sheer and I needed the finger to pack the pigment on, but it looks like glitter primer really does the same thing. So I guess it's just whatever you prefer. I always prefer to just use my finger. On the other eye, I'm going to go in with Lavender Sky. I like the mint on the outer corners, but it is like frustrating this palette that I don't have anything to kind of like give me more dimension there. But I mean, it is a pastel palette. What am I expecting? And if I wasn't like making a video specifically about the palette, I would just pull in like a purple from another palette, or this would already be depotted in my singles. These colors work really nicely. I'm gonna put on my base and I'll be right back. Okay, so I think I'm going to take Daydream, which is the pink shimmer, and use that on my inner corner. Actually, I might just, because I'm kind of like liking how the blue looks there, and I think I might just extend the lavender in here also. So never mind about the pink shimmer. This eye is so watery. So I am going to bring the mint around a little bit. And then I'm going to swap the colors again with the matte. So I'm going to use the blue matte on this eye and the purple matte on this eye. Why me? That was a mistake. Alright, hopefully this comes together a little bit when I put on my mascara and my lips and everything. So I'm going to do that and we'll be right back and then we'll wrap up this video. I'll give you some final thoughts. Okay. So this is the final look. I do like it, and I think overall these are some of the better shades in the palette. I think it's just something with working with a palette that's so one note. This palette doesn't try to be not one note, it's just my own personal struggles making looks with such like a white-based pastel palette. I like shades like this blue that has some intensity. I like this matte mint. I like the pink. I think the purple is a little bit like dull for my taste. And I think that mint shimmer, as I mentioned in the eye swatches video, is just like a little bit more powdery than the other ones. And that peach twinkle twinkle gave me a lot of problems just by being very light. I found the yellows in this palette to be like a little bit out of place. That might just be my own personal like color mixing preference, but I found them kind of awkward to mix in with the other colors. They also are considerably bolder than any of the other shades, which is interesting. I think this palette's good for you if you like doing really light pastel looks, if you're okay with some of the shades being kind of different in depth and tone, or if you're just looking for some pastels to add to your collection and to mix in. I think if I was using these in conjunction with all of my other shadows, I would have used these in ways that I would have really loved, but I think I just struggled because I was trying to exclusively use this palette. And I mean, you know, I like the looks, I like this look, I liked the two-tone peach and yellow look that I did yesterday, even though my eyes were crying like they are right now. Is this allergies? I guess it's allergy season. So yeah, I feel like I'm not super gung-ho in this palette right now just because it's been frustrating to use it for all these looks and have them all be so light. But in normal everyday life, I don't think I would have the same complaint. And they are all, for the most part, good shadows. And that's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, if you want to see more indie makeup or the upcoming video I have with this where I'm going to be swatching it against my Creepy Cute palette and looking for kind of any dupes within my collection, then please give me a like, subscribe, stick around. It would really mean a lot to me. And that's everything for today. Bye.